So this book is based on the Muskoka Lodge. It's a resort for Jewish people that my family used to own way back in the way back in the day. It's very loosely based, though. It's also very loosely based on Harpo Marx. So I'm gonna read a scene where Harpo is looking for a letter. There's a secret hidden with this family who owns this lodge, and he's looking for a letter to give him an idea of what's going on. So where have you been all this time? Asked Chico. I haven't seen you at cards. I've been looking for something, said Harpo. I'm hot, said Groucho. He'd put down his newspaper and was taking off his jacket. Harpo, you look hot and it's making me even hotter. Do you mind unbuttoning your shirt? Did you have hidden things when we were growing up? Asked Harpo. I think you should take off your socks. Harpo crept around the room. He'd already checked the sofas and cushions, the underneath of the chairs, and inside all the drawers. There must be more hiding places. Did you have special things? I had this bun once, said Groucho, except my brother stabbed me with a fork and stole it. That was me, said Harpo. Yes, it was. Except, did you have anything that you hid from the family? Harpo had hidden pets, a cat once, 3 dogs, and a moth, all in empty tenement basements. He'd creep downstairs to feed and play with them, but the neighborhood kids always stole them. He'd hidden money, too, all the things and buttons he'd found in the alleyways. He'd pulled a doll's head out of the Hudson once and put it in Chico's pillowcase. He knelt down and rolled up the rug. Nothing. I had 47 cents I never told anyone about, said Groucho. Where did you keep it? The sock drawer. I would have found that, said Harpo. I always looked in there. I would have taken it. I know you would have. Groucho fanned himself with his newspaper, so I tied it to the top. I had a very advanced system with twine and a pulley. It should have been foolproof. Did it work? Chico found it. Chico opened his eyes. Hardly was looking for. The way you snuck in and out, I was expecting $100. So to answer your question, said Groucho, no. The sock drawer was not a good place to hide things. He even stole the twine. Finder's fee, muttered Chico. Harpo tried the cabinet in the corner, opened the top drawer, then felt along the inside. Nothing. I hid things in my socks, said Chico. I didn't take them off. That's how I kept them safe. You should take off your socks now, said Groucho. That might make up for it. Socks wouldn't work for a letter, though, said Harpo. You could always tape it to the inside of your leg, but not forever. That wouldn't work for more than a day or two, a week tops if you were a little kid or just didn't take enough baths. Groucho ripped a page out of a magazine and folded it into a fan. Do you need to hide a letter? How would you hide one if you wanted to? The vent, said Groucho. Listen, could you hide all those duck soup reviews while you're at it? No, don't hide them. Burn them. Burn them. Harpo found a vent mounted in the wall, dragged a chair to it, and jumped up. He peeked in and saw nothing, an empty hole, gnarled fingers of dust stretching out towards him. He quickly closed the cover. Are you stripping? Asked Chico. Harp, is he stripping? Harpo wheeled around and saw Groucho's rolled up pants and bare ankles. What's the point of being in Canada if it's going to be so hot all the time, said Groucho. It's not so hot, said Chico. I like the warmth, said Harpo. Groucho eyed him. I'd feel better if you take off your socks too. I'd be cooler if you didn't look so hot. I remember taping something under the table leg once, said Harpo, still balanced on the chair. I don't think that worked. It was a dime that Uncle Al gave me, but it was gone the next day. Frenchie was gone at the time, selling door to door, I guess. He remembered because as he was looking for the lost loot, their tiny little apartment had felt cavernous. Hey. Harpo hopped off the chair onto Groucho's love seat. I just thought the word cavernous. Good, said Groucho as Harpo slid in beside him. Now spell it. Not in your life. Take off your socks, said Groucho, and Harpo kicked him. It felt so good that he did it again. Then he nudged Groucho's bare ankle with his foot. Are you scratching my leg, said Groucho? You're probably getting my skin all over your socks. You'd better take them off. It's more hygienic that way. Now spell hygienic. If I get cooler, then you won't get cooler, said Harpo. I don't think that's how it works. Then Harpo put his head on the arm of the love seat. He wanted to talk so badly, and now Groucho had even asked what he'd been doing all this time, but he had no idea how to start to tell him. Thank you so much.